Hey, everybody, how we doing? Can you guys hear me okay? All right, all right, all right. I think we are good to go. If you can hear me okay, just go ahead and put in the chat that you can hear me. Yay. Okay, wonderful. I'm excited. Thank you so much for joining this afternoon. I know you guys are probably having a great day in the middle of your work day, but I promise you this information that we're going to share with you today is definitely game changer. Hi, Winston. Hi, Alyssa. Hi, Chan. Excited to have you guys on. Go ahead and just put in the chat really quickly where you are calling from. I just want to know what part of the world are we talking to today? Where are you guys calling from? Put your city and state in the chat. Baltimore. All right. Hey, Baltimore, Miami. Yes, Georgia. Miami, one of my favorite places. All right. So just so you guys know, my name is Jewel Tankard, and I've been with this amazing academy, I Am Master Academy, for the last 6 years. As a matter of fact, it'll be a full 6 years in April. And guys, I can tell you that it has absolutely, positively changed my life. I think education is probably one of the smartest things that anybody can do. I'm married to an amazing man by the name of Ben Tankard, very successful jazz artist. We have 5 amazing children. We actually have a blended family. My husband already had 4 children. I had 1. We blended our families together, and we actually had a very successful reality show on TV called Thicker Than Water, The Tankards. It aired on Bravo. We came on right after Housewives of Atlanta for 3 seasons. And then now our 4th season is actually airing on Tubi. And we actually own the content this time. So that's pretty cool. But this has been really an amazing space. You know, I've always really been interested in the development of wealth. I've always been interested in like money patterns, rhythms. Like it always interests me how certain people during times of war, famine, recession, they were just thriving, period, you know? But then there were other times where, you know, some people during times of war, recession, they really had a hard time. And I was always really interested in what are those people whose lifestyle did not have to change? What did they know that everybody else didn't know? See, I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs, and my parents owned a distribution company dealing in music. They were very successful in downtown Detroit. And then I had uncles that were in construction, another uncle that owned an insurance agency, he still owns it today. And so I saw entrepreneurship my entire life, but I also realized that most entrepreneurs never ever really kind of reach some of their goals. And again, I think it all comes down to education. You know, the only difference between the rich and the poor is really information. Getting the information and understanding that what works, 10 years ago may not be the very thing that works today, right? Because everything is evolving and everything is really changing. And so what we have to do is set ourselves in a position where we're like, okay, you know what? I realize the world is changing clearly. Everything is very much moving into a digital space. And so what I love about I Am Academy is it really puts you with some of the top educators. Guys, I'm going to tell you honestly, I think we have some of the top educators in the world that are here doing the research, doing the development, doing the work. And all we have to do is say, you know what? I'm going to listen to what they have to say. I want to understand the fundamentals of trading. I want to understand what's happening in this digital economy. A lot of you guys have been hearing about Bitcoin, but it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you hear about something that you're actually able to take action and end up profiting from it. And that's what this academy does, is it puts you in a position to hear, to learn, and then eventually to be able to implement, and those implementations can really change your life. So one of the things that I want to show you before we kind of get into it today is I want to show you these twins, okay? Many of you probably know of them, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss, and they really, showed up on the media scene quite a few years ago, because when they were in college with Mark Zuckerberg, and they came together and they just really wanted a way to be able to communicate with their friends. And so they created a pretty cool social media platform that you've heard of today called Facebook. And so Mark didn't give them credit for that. They took him to court. They ended up winning $65 million. And so soon after that, they really started getting interested in this financial network. this is where I Am Master Academy comes in. And the reason I want to show you them is because, wealthy people always leave clues, right? So you always want to kind of pay attention to what they're doing, why they're doing it, and then put yourself in a position where you can get some of the same education that they're getting. So I'm just going to play this really little brief video of them kind of weighing in on crypto and weighing in on this space that, again, I think everyone really needs to be putting themselves in a position to be able to learn. So we'll just watch a little bit of this and I'll be right back.
A different direction and found traction amongst the cryptographers and the counterculture world who are building the foundation of a new financial and global way of doing business. In the dozen years since Tyler and Cameron battled with Mark Zuckerberg, they've accumulated a fortune of $3 billion each. Everybody was skeptical about the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world for years. They were even more skeptical about Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss.
We were not financial experts when we came to Bitcoin early on. We bought a lot of crypto on Mt. Gox, which famously imploded, and very few people were believers who actually imagined where this could go. So we thought for this to go mainstream, for this technology revolution to really happen, we have to build reliable, safe, trusted infrastructure.
In 2014, they founded the Gemini cryptocurrency exchange. Unlike their nemesis, whose mantra was move fast and break things, Tyler and Cameron Winklevoss embraced an ask permission, not forgiveness mentality. Gemini is one of the most regulated cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. And while adoption for them has been slower than for some of the other bigger exchanges, they might be prepared for what some believe is the incoming onslaught of institutional adopters.
It started with building a bridge into the future of money, and then more recently, a bridge into the future of art. We think art should be digital. NFTs solve the digital scarcity problem.
In 2019, they acquired Nifty Gateway, an exchange for NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, that are now taking the world by storm. Now I have to talk about the twins, don't I? The other twins. Nifty Gateway was also...
Okay, so why did I want you to see this? I think this is important because I mentioned a couple things. They talked about cryptocurrency. They talked about being early adopters. Also, I want you to understand that early adopters always have early benefits, right? So there's something to be said about people who are like, you know what? I've been hearing about that. Maybe there's not a lot of validation in the marketplace, but I want in on it. As a matter of fact, right now, we actually have a lot of social proof. Like even if you look at, what happened during halftime at the Super Bowl, crypto was all throughout it. So those are what I like to call indicators to kind of where is the money headed? Where is the money going? What's happening? They also talked about NFTs, right? So here at I Am Master Academy, you literally will have an opportunity to get a firsthand glance at the world of cryptocurrency, inclusive of the metaverse, learning how to buy digital property in the metaverse, learning how to buy NFTs, maybe even creating your own NFT, especially if you're an influencer or doing anything that you think is cool. I'm going to tell you right now, NFTs have been made by 12-year-olds, and there are no guarantees, of course, but I literally know 12-year-olds, and you can Google it yourself, that have made millions of dollars just from understanding how NFTs work. So, it doesn't really matter what line of business you're in. I think that, whoever you are, you definitely want to make sure that you put yourself in a position to be able to learn about the world of NFTs. So now what I want to show you guys right here is I Am Master Academy. This is the back office. And so what happens is you would basically, when you sign up, you're basically signing up to say, you know what, I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to grow. I've been hearing about, Bitcoin, I've been hearing about Ethereum, I've been hearing about NFTs, I've even maybe been hearing about digital real estate. And I can tell you guys that I love real estate, and I've invested in quite a bit in the inner city of Detroit, because I'm originally from Detroit, and real estate. But the reality is, when I looked at my balance sheet and compared it to what I've been able to do in the digital real estate, area, it's really quite, it's a big variance, right? And so this is an area where, if you're a real estate investor, maybe you own a restaurant, maybe you're a waitress, maybe you're a housewife. I don't know what area of work you're in, but I'm telling you right now, this is a space that you need to get educated on. I Am Academy, hands down, is like the Harvard. It's like the Harvard. If you want to learn anything about building a digital portfolio, building a digital empire, this is exactly where you need to be, okay? And so right here, this is what our back office looks like. And we start everyone here. And basically, whoever signs you up, they will walk you through this and make sure that you're really, really clear on how everything works. So we understand when most people get started, they literally have no idea what the heck is going on, right? So what we do, we have an academy where you can learn about trading foreign currency, binary options, which has become a lover of my husband. He's become a very good trader in the area of binary options because he finally listened to me after being there for 4 years. I finally got his attention, and he's been heavily involved in the last 2 years and having a lot of great success because of the ongoing education. Somebody might say, why are you still in 6 years later? Well, I'm going to tell you, because things continue to change. The market changes, a couple times a year, depending on what's going on globally, whether it's an election year, whether it's a year like right now, war, which I hope is over soon. All those kind of things impact the market. So you definitely want to put yourself in a position where you're continuing to always learn and grow, because what was relevant, even 6 months ago in the tech space, can be totally irrelevant now. This is an academy where they've done an amazing job at putting technology and money together, right? So that you always stay ahead of what's happening in the market. You also have some great videos here on Digital Currency Academy, where you have an opportunity, which I'm going to show you in a minute, to learn about digital currency. What is digital currency? Is it here to stay? I'm going to tell you now, the answer is yes. Also, e-commerce. Oh my gosh. Some of you have been saying, you know what? I want to start an Amazon store. I just don't know what products I should start with. I just don't know if I have enough time in the day. They've done an amazing job at breaking down for you what products you should be selling, what products are, popular, trends, helping you to get a virtual assistant set up so that you don't get bogged down with customer service, right? And then also help you to make sure that you're using the proper drop shipping, how to handle refunds, bad product. Like when I tell you, they A to Z on e-commerce, hands down, A to Z. This is definitely a space that you want to make sure that you're in and getting the education. Okay, now this is probably my favorite part, right? And this is what we call go live. This is where you actually have an opportunity to talk live with the educators. You can literally ask them questions. They're on here giving you the tea. These are some of our top educators right here. Shout out to Curtis Cobain, who is a homeboy from Detroit. I'm from Detroit. This guy, his testimony is so strong. He came to one of my first presentations in Detroit almost 6 years ago. True story. And I know he doesn't mind me sharing because he shares it publicly, but he literally was living in his car, sleeping in the parking deck of MGM Casino because they have heaters in the parking lot. And today, he is doing well. And so these kinds of stories happen all the time in I Am Master Academy. Education is so huge. It's why Harriet Tubman fought for us to be able to get free and educated. Frederick Douglass. Why? Because education changes everything for you. And these are some of the top educators that we have in the company that you'll have an opportunity to learn from. All right, so I'm going to go to my favorite, which is digital currency, cryptocurrency. I'm going to click right here. Now, guys, this probably is one of the most important financial decisions that you can make. Because these two things that I'm getting ready to show you, and I've already kind of talked about, they're not going anywhere. I could sit here all day and show you YouTube videos of Bitcoin billionaires and multiple millionaires in this space that are killing it, right? And somebody said, well, can I learn this watching YouTube? I mean, YouTube might help, but you really want to know the nuts and bolts of what's happening. I want everyone to be able to make an informed decision, not just because you heard something on the fly, but an informed decision that you can somewhat develop a relationship with that person, understand their voice, understand their analytics, and then also understand entry and exit into the markets, because entry and exit into the markets is so important. Imagine if somebody told me, like right now is not necessarily the best time to buy. right? Real estate, because the market is very high, right? You want to wait till things settle, possibly even going deeper into a recession, and then you want to buy low. It's the same thing in cryptocurrency, NFTs, the metaverse, all of that. You want to understand exactly when should I be getting in and then when should I be getting out, okay? Nick Gomez, one of my favorite teachers as well, he does 2 educational classes that I've come to really, really benefit from, okay? And one of them is every single Tuesday, he's doing a teaching on NFTs, all right? And then every Monday, he is doing a teaching on the metaverse. So you can learn what digital property should you be looking at. There are big players in the metaverse now, like Bill Gates, McDonald's, Microsoft, Skechers, you know, the gym shoes. You literally can go into the metaverse, buy shoes on your Oculus and have them shipped to you. You can literally buy food right now. There's a food chain, it might be Chick-fil-A, but don't quote me on that. But I know there's a big restaurant chain right now who just said they're hiring virtual employees to be able to run all of the transactions and interaction, customer service in the metaverse. So guys, this is a whole nother world. Listen, Ariana Grande literally did a concert, a virtual concert in the metaverse. 200,000 fans showed up and bought tickets. Snoop Dogg, yes, Snoop, did a whole virtual concert in his virtual mansion in the metaverse. Justin Bieber. So guys, this is not just, oh, am I a gamer or not? This is where real business is happening. Bill Gates actually said that he feels like most office meetings will be happening in the metaverse over the next couple of years. And they have some pretty big projections in terms of money. There are virtual casinos in the metaverse that I was able to become a co-owner in because of the education that I got here. So let's just take a little bit of a peek at Nick's training that he did on NFTs. We're not going to play a lot of it, but just so you can kind of see how this works.
Everyone's very aware. This is a very basic overview. We're going to go throughout the whole session, the whole hour, covering what NFTs are, the basics, and this is going to start to become a course, okay, where every single Tuesday of NFTs, we're going to be learning a different piece of material until eventually, like we did with the boot camp for price action with the metaverse, until we are up and running, then we will then start going a little bit deeper into the marketplaces, projects, education. But for now, it is only the basics. And I'm excited because there's so many things to cover. This technology is ever evolving, and I'm super excited to cover it with y'all. So let's see who's on, everyone. If you're brand new, Canada, Nigeria, all
right, so
Chicago, New York, London.
But I love how
with y'all. So let's put some 888s in. This is a live, we see all these 888. You're seeing play to earn. There are so many industries within the cryptocurrency space, and we've been covering a few. We've gone really deep into the metaverse, but now we're going to jump into the NFT space. And here we are, everybody. I'm showing you a couple. Maybe can anybody point out a couple of these NFTs that you guys are seeing? I picked some of the rarest and some of the most sought after NFTs around the world from 2 different networks and blockchains, one from Ethereum, one from Solana. I don't know if anyone could, maybe off the top of your head, you know a couple of these, but really excited because these are some of the most popular NFT projects.
So guys, I hope you paid attention. He said, we're going to be getting into the basics. I'm going to make sure that you understand the foundation. Why is this important? NFTs are showing up in celebrities, influencers, businesses. As a matter of fact, Snoop Dogg actually announced that the death row would be a whole NFT. The country of Ukraine is getting an NFT to help them with some of the war expenses. So literally you're seeing major industries, major players in every sector of life all around the world getting involved with NFTs. So if that's happening, I think that's where we need to be, right? And so what he's going to do is do a really great job every single week. The other thing that I really love about this, you can go back and watch the replay. I'm going to tell you myself, I watched this probably about 4 times, twice by myself and then twice with my team. We stopped. We talked about, what does this mean? What am I going to do? What are some of the decisions that I'm going to make where building a digital empire is concerned? Okay. So he did a really, really good job with that. And you'll have access to that. That's one of the things that you'll actually be paying for, is to get the education. Okay. So again, remember, you have the ability to, go and say, hey, I want to listen to this again. That was really great information. I just need to hear it one more time, or maybe two more times, right? Also, there's a lot of other training here. This was day 2 of what he was doing in NFTs. You can always have my notepad with me and a pen where I can take good notes, and literally have been able to really do very, very well in this digital space because of the education. Remember, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is continue to educate yourself. Then we have amazing teachers like, Curtis Cobain and Mike Sotero. They're doing really great training on what does it mean? What does, decentralized banking mean? What is that? How do I operate in that? Someone told me before they bought Bitcoin from Bank of America. I'm like, no, you can't buy it from Bank of America. But this is why I want you to get educated, because that's the difference between centralized banking and decentralized banking, right? So what am I doing? Just giving you guys an overview of the kind of education that you will have access to. And again, what I really love about this space, guys, is that you will be able to go back and listen over and over and over again, okay? And we have some really, really amazing mentorship that you can get in on, and really listen to. And that part is super, super strong. All right, now, remember, I told you guys that you'll have an opportunity to hear from some of these amazing educators and really get yourself together. Now, let me tell you how you can get started, okay? So now we have 2 main packages. We have 2 main packages that I want you guys to see. And these packages basically allow you to either learn everything. Some of you are like, okay, I want to learn about trading foreign currency. I want to learn about, building a cryptocurrency portfolio. I want to learn about the metaverse, NFT. I want to learn. Well, if that's you, then you're going to want to sign up to get the elite package, which is the exact package that I have. I wanted to come in. I really was curious. I was inquisitive. I knew that there was a lot of success happening in this space, and I wanted to make sure that I put myself in a position to learn, to be able to ask questions and to be able to have access to all of these. So now the elite package right now is $324, just one time. Guys, let me tell you something. A lot of you spend that on the weekend eating at a nice restaurant and going to the movies. I don't know if anybody goes to the movies anymore because of Hulu and Netflix and Prime, Amazon, but we spend that easily. So $324, this is an investment. See, anything that you want to become, you have to invest in. And so here with the elite package, you can do for $324 one time, and then $274 every single month. Okay, $274 every single month. All right. Now, guys, that's not a lot at all in comparison to what you're going to learn. I know some, I like to call this the new rules of money, where you literally have to pay thousands of dollars. And then they give you like 21 days, maybe 30 days. And then after that, that's it. You're on your own. So you don't get a chance, the benefit of developing a relationship and a rapport and coming into a community where you can continue to ask questions, right? That is pivotal to real long-term success, okay? Now, so that's the elite package. Or you might say, you know what? I just want to focus on one thing. I'm really interested in learning about crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, digital assets, digital property on the metaverse. I'm definitely curious about these NFTs, even though they look crazy. That's what I want to focus on, okay? So then you would sign up with the DCX package, $184 one time and $174 every single month, okay? But you could get a scholarship by saying, you know what, I'm gonna bring in 2 people. I promise you, 2 people. Most people are trying to figure out what their next move is gonna be. Gas prices are high, inflation is high, food is high, shipping is high, everything has gone up. Most people are trying to figure out, what am I going to do to help offset the inflation in my life? And I'm telling you, coming into this space, getting the education is probably one of the best things that you can do. Okay, so again, if you get 2 customers, they're going to waive your monthly fee. Now, if you decide that you want to go on and say, you know what, I know a whole lot of people that want to do this, then the company will actually pay you for referring other people to it. Just sharing with them everything that you're learning, how your life is changing and evolving. And they're usually like, I'm in. I was looking for another job, or, my business is not doing as well. And so I knew that I needed to make a change. The digital space is definitely where you want to be. Okay. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to commit right now to pick up your phone and text that person and tell them, listen, I heard about an amazing company right now. I know that this is where we need to be. I'm telling you, the founders, Chris and Terry, are completely brilliant. They've been in the space a long time, over 30 years. She started in Wall Street. These people know exactly what they're doing in this space. Anytime you want to become something, you need to connect to it. And so I want to encourage you to text the person that invited you on here today and tell them, listen, send me the link. I'm ready to get started. I'm going in the second quarter 2022, making sure that I have the right information. So by the end of this year, I can look back and say, I'm so glad that I made that sound decision to join I Am Master Academy. So guys, join us and our family, because it's a family affair here. And I promise you it'll be the smartest decision that you could have ever made. So thank you so much. And again, get back with the person that invited you on here. Have a good day. Bye. See you later. Bye-bye. See you later.